So you really love using Batocera on your Pi 4 single board computer or PS system, but you have a major problem. That is, you don't have enough space to store all your games. Or you might have 2 or 3 Batocera systems in your house, and you would really love it if they could somehow share the same games on a network. Consequently, is it possible to run Batocera on a NAS, or network attached storage? If so, how well can it play the games? In fact, can your NAS even handle high-end emulation like PS3 using Batocera? Well, today we're going to find out, and I'm going to teach you how to set it all up. Are you ready? Let's do it. Greetings, everyone, and welcome to Batocera Nation. So delighted you could join us today. So one of the top requests I've received for a few weeks now has been, when are you going to show us how to store and play games from a NAS, or a network attached storage, or a data storage server? Today I'm finally going to fulfill that request. So first things first, let's go into the wiki page for Batocera. I will be providing links to all these tabs right here. So they have a wonderful article here about how to store games on a NAS. And there's a certain syntax you have to follow, otherwise it simply will not work. And these are predefined keywords that you can use when you enter these commands, all right? And I'll show you that a little bit later on. Let's go down. So you have two options. You can use the Samba Windows Share option. And I will give you a demonstration of this as well. And you also have the option of using NFS Share. Okay? And this is the syntax you have to use. It's very important you follow the correct syntax, because if you have it wrong, one little thing is wrong, it won't work, okay? I'm going to show you that a little bit later on. All right. So one of the things you have to do, you have to edit the boot partition. And you have two options. If you have it running on a thumb drive, a micro SD card, or a portable hard drive, then you can just go ahead and plug it into another machine, and this is what you will see. You'll see this right here. Okay, just double click on that, and from there you can change things right here. And I will be sharing the commands real soon. All right. Now then, it's also very important that you don't use regular Notepad. I use Notepad++. Okay, that's something that Batocera team always advises. Never use a regular Notepad. Use this one here instead. All right. So once you enter your commands, just make sure you go ahead and you file and you save it. All right. All right, let's go back over here. Now then, you also have the option of editing your boot partition while Batocera is running. In fact, if you scroll down, it tells you how to do it right here. Editing the boot partition while Batocera is running. You'll have to run this command in Xterm within Batocera, and I'll show you that shortly. Okay? Again, I will be providing a link with all this. Now then, this is what I'm using. MyCloud EX2 Ultra Network Attached Storage, okay? I've bought this about 3-4 years ago, and I've got the 6 terabyte, which they don't sell anymore. And it's worked flawlessly. And I bought this to stream movies for Cody. Throughout the years, I've never had a single problem with this. This just works, and it works beautifully. If you're a newcomer to all this, and this is the one that I would highly recommend, because it's really easy to set up and to use. Right now, the sweet spot is 8 terabyte. You can see there's not much of a price difference between the 4 terabyte and the 8 terabyte. You can go as high as 36 terabyte for $1,600, quite a bit of money. So again, that thing right now, this is the sweet spot, 8 terabyte. If you're thinking about doing this to stream your movies, and now you can stream your Batocera games, highly recommend this one right here. And I will be providing a link in my video description. All right, so here's my NAS, all right? Let's go ahead and log in. From there, I go into Shares. And I went ahead and I created a Batocera folder. I clicked on that. And from there, I can add a new folder altogether, okay? This is where I have my movies. And this is what I created for this tutorial, all right? So there's my Batocera folder. And from there, make sure that this is turned on, okay? If you configure it, make sure the right is also turned on as well. Okay, and apply. Now, another key important information to note is this right here. IP address right there. At first, I was trying to enter this command into the Batocera boot partition, but that didn't work out. I found an easier solution to determine what is the correct IP address for your storage server. All right, but for the time being, copy down this IP address, okay, on a piece of paper, because you're going to need that a little bit later on. All right. Before we load up Batocera, I also want to show you a couple of things. All right, so these are different folders that you can mount within Batocera. All right, I went ahead and just mounted this one alone, your game folder. Okay, but you can also mount any of these other ones as well. Probably the easiest option is keep these on your local drive, and then just go ahead and mount this one. All right. Once you mount it, you go over here. There's my Batocera folder. There's my movies folder right there. And there's my games folder. From there, I went ahead and I copied just a few folders. You can see there the whole list of Batocera consoles. Okay, this is actually populated by Batocera when you first boot it up for the very first time using your network. Okay, but when I copied my folders for the very first time, I didn't have all this. I just had just a few folders. Like N64, Sega Mega Drive, and PS3, and that was it. But again, all these other ones were populated by Batocera. All right, so let's go ahead and load up Batocera. All right, so we're in Batocera. The first thing that's absolutely essential is for us to get the correct IP address syntax. Otherwise, it simply will not work. In fact, I tried different things before I actually got it to work. What really helped me to get the correct IP address syntax was to go into Kodi. So go ahead and press the space bar or your gamepad star button, go into the Kodi Media Center right there, first one. All right, you can see that I got my movies to be able to stream from my NAS, okay? Let's go down to videos and then go into files. And then go into add videos. Let's go into browse, right there. All right, so here we have some options. Let's go down. Let's go into add network location. All right, so here we got two options, right? We got the SMB option or this one right here. Let's do both of them. Let's go ahead and do this one first. Go into server address. Here's where the IP address comes into play, the one you copied earlier. In my case, it's this. 30. Okay. And then from there, go into OK. And there it is right there, okay? Select that. And you can see there, that's what I need to type. Okay, that's my movies, and there are my games. So go ahead and copy that. And it also has to be in the correct upper and lower case, all right? That's one option. Go ahead and cancel this. Cancel. Now, let's do the other one. Add videos. Browse. Go down to add network location. Choose that one right there. Server. Go ahead and type the same IP address. Go to OK. And let's go up here. Select that again. And there it is. All right, there it is. And there are the games right there. So, this is the correct syntax, okay, for the SMB. All right? Copy that piece of paper. Okay, cancel. And we can just go ahead and get out of this altogether. And that's it. Go ahead and exit. Go back to the top. Hit enter. Exit to Batocera. Go ahead and press F1. And we can test this out. Go ahead and backspace right there. So if you want to do NFS, what the correct syntax is 192, 168.30. That's just for me, for my IP address. MNT HD underscore A2 and Batocera. If you got the correct syntax, it should work. And there it is. And there it is, okay? Let's go back up. Let's go back over here. All right. Let's try the other one. SMB / 192.168.30 Batocera. It's going to give you this right here. Guess. Just go ahead and connect. And there it is. Okay? There we are. So now we know we have the correct syntax. Now, let's go into Applications. Let's go into Xterm right there. Click on that. And from here, we got to type this command. Mount, the minus sign, O, not the 0, O, remount space, remount, comma, RW, which stands for read and write, space, / boot. Okay. If everything works correctly, if you did it right, you'll see there, you don't get a message at all. Let's say you type something wrong by accident, for example. Right? It's going to tell you that. Command not found. Or do something like this. Okay, it gave me also a message right there. So it has to be the correct format, okay? So again, mount, space, minus sign, O, space, remount, comma, RW, space, / boot. Once you enter the correct command, type exit. From there, go into Share, go up to the root folder, go to boot. That's the boot partition right here. And there's the file that we need. Double click on that. Notice here, I've got commands already entered here. So the default setting looks like this: Share device internal. We want to use a network. So we go ahead and put here the £, and we remove the £sign from over here. So the command will be share device equal network, all uppercase. You can keep this one here on the top with the £sign, okay? It'll ignore it with the £sign in case you need to go back there again in the future. All right, let's go ahead and put a space right there. All right. So again, we have two options. We got the NFS option and we got the SMB option. If it's an NFS option, this is the correct syntax. Right? Share network underscore NFS1 equals your game folder right here. And then, of course, my IP address, colon, / MNT / your correct IP address right there. And, of course, the game folder right there. Now, here's the part where I got stuck. Okay, I was trying to do this without the HD and these two right here. I was just doing MNT and the Batocera and then my game folder. When I did it to Cody, I discovered I had to enter this. That's why it's so crucial. Cody helped me out right there. All right, so that's one way to do it. If you want to use the SMB format, this is the format you have to use, the syntax, right? Share network underscore SMB1 equals the game folder at IP address, colon, Batocera / the game folder, colon, guess. Now notice here, right before the Batocera, you don't have a /. When I did this for the first time, I had the /. And of course, it did not work. One little mistake, I'll throw everything off. Now, fortunately, if you do make a mistake and you're trying to use the network and it doesn't work because you made a mistake, automatically it will go to the internal drive, all right? So if you see your internal drive, then you know it hasn't worked. Now, suppose you have a login ID and a password, then you have to use this format right here. Username equals whatever your login ID is, comma, password equals your password, whatever it is, okay? I try this format and I try this format. Both of them work quite well. Now then, you might be wondering about gameplay using either this format or this format, and it turns out after I try them both, they both work exactly the same. So it's your preference whether you want to use the NFS format or the SMB format. Okay, it's up to you. Furthermore, I also noticed that there's a difference between this one, the guest option, and the one with the password. If you use the guest option, you will not be able to save or edit any of the files within the game folder at all. Therefore, I highly recommend that you use this option in case you want to edit or change your game's folder within Batocera. All right? Let's go ahead and fix this one here. You may want to just keep these here. All right, so for this tutorial, I'm going to go ahead and use this option right here. Okay, I remove the pound sign. You can keep these pound signs for the rest of them in case you want to change things around later on. And of course, I've got this one also, the pound sign. Keep it there because later on I need to go back in there. For the time being, this is the one I want to use. This one and this one. All right. Once you make your choice, go ahead, save it, and quit. Let's go back in here. I'm going to go ahead and show you my PSP folder. You can see there I got games right there. All right. This is my internal drive, the 2 terabyte hard drive, SSD drive. All right, and then I also have here my internal drive as well. So my 4 terabyte drive right here is an internal drive within my Batocera system. I'm using my ASRock 4800U computer, mini computer. When I reboot it again, this will still be here, but my internal drive will be changed to my network drive. Okay, so again, for example, this will no longer be found in my network drive because I don't have these games there at all just yet. All right, let's go ahead and close this out. From there, just go ahead, press start, go to quit, and reboot. All right, let's go ahead and do that right now. All right, we're back in Batocera. You can see there, looks different than it does before. Now, the first time when Batocera loads up using a network server, it's going to be a little bit slow, so you have to be patient because it has to populate all the folders within your game folder within Batocera. So be patient. And then thereafter, it will load up normally as you would with the internal drive. Okay, so be patient the very first time it loads up. Okay, let's go ahead and press F1. Let's go into my games folder. Let's go to my PSP folder. You can see there's nothing there. Again, it's using my network drive right now. My 4 terabyte is still there. And in fact, I can copy games from my internal drive to my network drive. In fact, let me give you a little demonstration. So go ahead and press F3 and let's go back over here and let's look for, right there it is, okay. Let's go back over here to the one on the right, which is this right here. Let's go into my games folder and let's go to Model 2. You can see there, it's empty, all right. Let's go up, let's go ahead and copy everything. Ask me to overwrite everything? Yes. All right, so it's done. And there it is right there. You can also attach a portable hard drive into your Batocera system and then copy games into your network drive as well. All right. Let's go ahead and close this out. Let's go ahead and go into game settings. Update games list. Yes. And there's my Sega Model 2. You can see there everything also has been scraped already because it's also copying the media folders as well. All right. Now let's go in here. Now remember, all the scraped media is found on the NAS, including with the games. But look how smooth the interface is. No problem whatsoever. It runs just as well as it does if it was the internal drive. And the media plays. So really, I noticed no difference between this and all this stuff being stored on an internal drive. Okay, let's go ahead and try it again. All right, let's go ahead and try this one. Again, it's running off the network drive. All right, you can see that it works quite well. Smooth as butter. It feels like it's playing off the internal drive, so I didn't see any difference whatsoever. So the question is can this also play high-end emulation off the network drive? And let's go ahead and check it out. Let's go into a PS3 game. And let's go ahead and go into this one right here. And in fact, I'm going to go ahead and let you see the intro screen so you can see the gameplay, how I feel, and how well it all runs.
Excuse me, what do you think you're doing?
Riley Hicks. I got orders to meet Agent Luke Hobbs in 24 hours.
Oh, then I'm your POC. I'm Monica Fuentes. You got my name, right?
I don't know.
The mods are perfect, Shaw.
Good. The convoy's moving. On my go, do not hold back. It's a tactical necessity that they learn we're coming.
What if they don't deviate from the route?
That's not an option. Are we clear?
I got this. Steer into traffic, and if cops show up, show them the sky.
Not just the police. Everyone. I want chaos.
Copy that.
As you can see, it plays smooth as butter. No problems whatsoever. So again, high-end emulation or low-end emulation, it runs really well on my network drive. And I also got to tell you that I'm using Wi-Fi 5. I'm not using Wi-Fi 6. So if you're using Wi-Fi 6, you'll even see better results. This is absolutely impressive as far as I'm concerned. I was actually shocked at how well everything ran once I got it all up and running. So therefore, you have a Pi 4 or you got a laptop or a computer that's got very little hard drive space, you can use this option. Or you've got an Android TV that allows you to use Batocera, you can also use this option. It runs really well. Okay, so that is a wrap. I hope you found this video useful. If you did, please go ahead and like it. That would really help me out with YouTube algorithms. If this is your first time watching Batocera Nation, I highly encourage you to go to our website at batoceranation.com. There you'll get a great overview of what Batocera is all about. It's absolutely impressive. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time on Batocera Nation. Bye.